Welcome to Racing to Win, midweek edition. We've got Happy Valley coming up on Wednesday night with a 9-race program. Just a quieter Wednesday night with what is upcoming a week on Wednesday. IJC is knocking right on the door. To look at the meeting for this week, though, joined in the studio by Paul Lally and Nick Child. And Nick, what have we got to look forward to?
Yeah, some good racing, Mark, along with a very Scottish theme running through the card, of course, and some nice races towards the back end of the programme, and really looking forward to seeing Horsepower back in action. He was good there on his debut when able to score for trainer Frankie Law.
He was. You like this meeting, don't you, with the Piper there and the big quake and the big bottle of wine?
Yeah, exactly. No, it's always a good meeting, the Scottish one with the Pipers piping in these horses. Now, it's a real open meeting. It looks like a typical Happy Valley meeting with a real open, plenty of chances in most of the races. No jackpots to speak of, but I'd be surprised if we didn't have a jackpot coming out of the meeting.
Which would be perfect leading into what is coming up a week after at Happy Valley. It is IJC. Joining us is our special guest and part of the IJC, Hollie Doyle.
The journey from great to greatest is a never-ending quest. It's a relentless pursuit that begins before dawn, 7 days a week. A split-second decision can change a season. But victory is never the final destination. Each triumph pushes me to new heights, where I compete with the world's best, to battle again, to create history again. Witness the journey from great to greatest. December 4th, Longines International Jockeys Championship.
And from the defending champion Vincent Ho to our guest, Nick with Hollie Doyle.
Yeah, no, I was absolutely delighted when I got the invite to come back to Hong Kong. It's something I've been so lucky to have done a few times now and haven't won it yet. So hopefully this is a year.
Well, you say you haven't won it. Granted that is fact, but I mean you've run third, you've run a dead heated second, so you've gone close. You know what it takes to win around Happy Valley and go very close to winning this competition.
Yeah, I've been knocking on the door a few times and nicked a few winners here and there, but obviously never actually won the IJC. So it'd be amazing to do that one day. But well, just need a bit of luck around there, don't you?
You certainly do. And interesting enough, Hollie, this year, I mean, you're without your husband Tom Marquand. He's not coming this year, which is a little bit out of the ordinary. But you'll be sort of, I guess, in some ways, teaming up a little bit with Rachel King. So you'll be trying to do it for the girls.
Yeah, definitely. Tom's absolutely gutted he didn't come this year. He loves doing it also, but no, hopefully I can bring it home. But that'd be great. I think Rachel's doing it as well, and I've known her for a number of years, and she's doing extremely well in Australia and across the globe now also. So it'd be great to see her.
Talking of doing well internationally, Hollie, of course, you're no stranger to that. I think another really good year domestically. I think it was 126 winners, I think, in the UK. And you had a horse like Bradsell. He became quite popular across the world pool races. Tell us a little bit about him, because he was a star for you, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a pretty big flag bearer for me this year. Obviously, I was without a few pivotal horses this year, so I was really delighted when he bounced back. Obviously, he suffered a really bad injury last season, and we thought we'd never see him on track again. And he made a miraculous recovery, really, and went on to win at Nunthorpe, Flying 5. And no, he's done the whole team proud, really, and he's now retired and living a good life.
Hollie, now I'm talking to you. You're currently in Japan, of course. You and Tom regulars over there. How's that all going over in Japan? I haven't been there that long, but you have got on the score sheet already. So well done for that.
Yeah, no, we obviously love coming back to Japan, and we're lucky it's our third time now being granted a short-term license. Tom's got off to an amazing start. So looking forward to the next few weeks. I mean, we're here until the 13th of January now. We extended our contract a few more weeks. So hopefully we can nick a few more winners.
You were just telling me before we started this interview that Tom obviously will be here for the International Day. Obviously, he's got rides on the Sunday. Is there any possibility that you're a chance to stay, or is that just not viable?
Unfortunately, I've got to be back in Japan for the Sunday, well, Saturday, Sunday racing that weekend. I hadn't a horse this year, unfortunately, for that meeting, so I'm kind of fixed into my weekend riding in Japan.
It's not far away. It's a huge week of racing in Hong Kong, Nick, as we're going to see the promo for the night itself. There it is, December 4 at Happy Valley. Yeah, look, it's huge. It's a great night, isn't it? And it really is sort of the marquee race meeting at Happy Valley, isn't it, really? So, look, it's great to have such world-class riders here, Paul, all in one place.
Oh, it's a great night. Always a good night. Atmosphere's fantastic. We've got people from all around the world here, just arrived, and this is their first taste of HKIR week, isn't it, leading into Sunday.
First race at 6:30. Event starts at 5 o'clock. Zach Purton's getting fired out of a cannon at 5 o'clock. Ryan Moore's bungee jumping off the roof of the grandstand. Karis Teeton's having an apple shot out of his mouth by an archer. That's all coming up at Happy Valley from 5 o'clock. It's not, but something is happening from 5 o'clock. Let's move on to the meeting this week at Happy Valley, and we've got 9 races on the C+3 for meeting number 24. With the 2 races that we focus on, the Loch Lomond Handicap and the Inverness Handicap, the Class 3s over the 1,000 and 1,800 metres. The 1,000-metre race has Atomic Force, a 3-time course and distance winner. Red Elegance draws nicely in 2. Horsepower, one at his Hong Kong debut. He carries an extra £8 for it. Turf Phoenix on debut in Hong Kong, went over the 1,000 at Leicester. All Greek to me, a good draw. Bunter Baby has the blinkers off and the cheek pieces going on. Charming Babe wears a hood. Healthy has the pacifiers with cows off and the blinkers on. And Do Your Part wears a hood for the first time. From barrier number 1, Paul, it looks good for All Greek to me.
He's got the pace. He should be able to get to the front and lead with no problems. He's got the claim as well, so he can easily get to the front. Do Your Part, he's shown a little bit of speed in his races, youthful spirits. Eternal Fortune, I think, will press on. He did in his last start. He's only had 3 starts here. Charming Babe, when he won his race in Australia, he actually led all the way, so he's got pace as well. Turf Phoenix from his wide draw is going to need some covering. Horsepower, he came from the back with some cover at his last start, so expect him to do something similar in this race as well.
Our focus is on the likely leader in the race, though. Nick spoke to the trainer of All Greek to me, David Hayes.
David, All Greek to me is a runner for you in race number 8. Lightly raced horse, we don't see a great deal of him, but when we did last, he was pretty good in defeat.
Yeah, he was. He drew wide, worked hard to get to the lead and just got pipped on the post. He's got a good barrier this week and probably a little bit more fit, 3rd run. Should run well.
Just touching, I mean, I know he's had 1 or 2 little issues. Have all of those sort of creases been ironed out now with him?
Yes, he got a nasty hock infection and it lingered for a long time. But that's well past him now, and hopefully he's on his 3rd run for the season, and hopefully we can get 8 or 9.
You mentioned the good draw. Obviously his running style would certainly lend kindly to gate number 1, and you've got a claim as well. Yes,
he went particularly well for that boy, so I thought I'd give him another chance on him.
Wouldn't mind another crack at Horsepower. I mean, he looks pretty handy, but you are receiving plenty of weight from him.
Yes, there's a good swing in the weights, and the barrier, big difference, I think. He hopefully can get to the lead without working quite as hard.
There is David Hayes on All Greek to me. We've just seen that race in the replay, Paul. So many of them line up again. This is the change from that race to this race as far as weights and gates go. The big winner is All Greek to me.
Yeah, look, he's going to get out in front, so he's definitely going to get his chance. But he's just a 1-time winner from his 13 starts. I really like that winner, Horsepower. I thought he was really strong to the line. I know weights and measures, he goes up, but he's talking with Frankie Lauder in the week. It seems that the horse has actually improved from that, and that's what you'd expect. So I think he can win again.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it looks like a right brain burner when you look at it like that. But as you say, All Greek to me, 12 into 1. That's going to be a massive plus for him there. And he's got £7 coming off. He likes to lead. I think he's well placed.
We're going to keep the focus on Horsepower now, Nick. Jenny did report that whatever he did on his debut, he's going to be better for coming out the other side. He knew he'd been to the trials this morning. It was a slop fest.
It wasn't very nice, was it? In fairness, you wouldn't want to be a horse at this trial meeting, that's for sure. But yeah, look, he's just gone through the motions here, and he's by Harry Angel, so he's quite a speedily bred horse out of a Red Ransom mare there, and obviously carries the colours of Michael and Vanessa Lee. So nice to see him win on debut, and he can most definitely win again. He looks upwardly mobile, and I think there's a bit more to come, Paul.
Yeah, definitely, and you can just see him there finishing off nice. He'd have a nice quiet trial just to tick him over, but you know, he's going to come on a lot for that race.
He's a member of the Frankie Law stable, Paul. Is he one of a number of chances for Frankie?
Yeah, he's the main chance, I think. Look, Beauty Destiny bet Storming Dragon, who came out and won, but Beauty Destiny comes with a bit of a health warning because he's got issues, but they're the two main ones.
Yeah, no, I think both of them rock solid.
What about to do your part, Nick? We haven't seen him for a while. He's had a number of trials. He runs third here. He's shown a bit of pace in these trials too.
He has, yeah. Look, he's another one drawn well. He's got gate 3. Andrea Zaney's going to be on board. He's got a hood going on as well. So Francis Lloyd just adding a bit of headgear to him. They look third in this trial. He's done nothing wrong in the trial. I mean, he was well enough beaten on debut behind Atomic Force. So I'd like to see a bit more, perhaps, Paul.
Yeah, look, he comes with some form from the bottom of the South Island in New Zealand, and I don't know if that form is up to this sort of standard. We'll find out again on Wednesday night, but he'll get his chance. He should be able to get a nice run in behind, but not for me.
You just have this rivalry thing, don't you? North and South Island, New Zealand. That's why he's not in, isn't it?
No, not at all. You just look at the form. You know, look at it. There's been one good horse, really good horse in Hong Kong that's come out of the South Island. It was called Best Gift, and that was a long time ago.
He does come from near Antarctica.
He does. Next stop is Antarctica from where he raced. So Happy Valley might be a little bit warm for him.
It will indeed. All right, tips for the second last, Paul.
Going to stick with horsepower. I think this horse has got rating points in hand and is on the improve. So a nice win from him. All Greek to me. Does meet him a lot better in the weights to get his opportunity. Eternal Fortune, just need a bit of luck from his wide draw. And Atomic Force up the top has one off 77. He's down to a 74 rating. And the Cody Moe horses are going really well at the moment. 4, 6, 7, 1.
Yeah, also gone the 4 here. Horsepower, he was good on his debut, and he should have learnt plenty from that. I think he can win again. Zach Pert and Frankie Lord teaming up. Red Elegance never usually runs a bad race. He wasn't far off him last time. All Greek to me in for third, and Eternal Fortune needs to overcome a wide draw, but he's a contender for sure. 4, 2, 6, 7.
That is the first part of Racing to Win. We're going to take a break right now. Come back with the last run reminder. A look at race 9. All the best bets and information right after this. Welcome back to Racing to Win as we preview Happy Valley on Wednesday night. It's time for the last run reminder. Just need to check something with you, Paul, in this last run reminder. No, temperature's okay. You've gone Class 5. Are you all right? Yeah,
look, it's horse has been downgraded into Class 5 here, and look, it was a nice run from Modest Gentleman. This horse is going really well at the moment. He's got barrier number 7 and finished off really strongly here in a lot stronger Class 4 race. So he's a 2-time winner. In the grade, this was slower than standard, and you can see him. They did finish in a bit of a bunch here, but he wasn't too far away. So, yeah, Class 5. We'll have a crack at Class 5. Race 2, Modest Gentleman, the number 1.
Nice and early. So that is the last run reminder for Paul out of the Dennis Yip stable. Modest Gentleman. On to race number 9 now. And this is a Class 3 over the 1,800 metres. California Voce carries £4 for a senior rider, but also gets a best draw. Samarkand got involved in that scrimmage on the home turn last time. Illuminous ran 4th at his first try over 1,800 at the Valley. Winning Steps carries an extra £8 for his last start win. Sharp and Bright also has some extra weight for his last start victory. He goes up 5. Ace 4 wears cheek pieces, and Toy Soltero. Paul is on a 7-day backup. So 1,800, few real noted stayers in this race.
Yeah, these horses do race against her quite frequently as well. Samarkand looks the one that can lead this race. Fortune Superstar's gone forward. Sharp and Bright's been racing well. He's likely to go forward. Hammer On, Comet Splendido won't be far away. California Voce should get a nice one. Now, Ace War, he's only had the one start here in Hong Kong. Did win over, that was over 1,400 metres, but this is a better trip for him because he looked like a real stayer before he got here.
Nick is going to join us now. He spoke to Hugh Bowman, the rider of Rocket Spade.
Hughie, Rocket Spade is your ride in race number 9 this Wednesday night at Happy Valley. You're back on board. You're the only man to have actually won on the horse.
Yes, he's been a good horse to me, but look, he's a very consistent horse, and he's shown that the class rises, hasn't disturbed that consistency and drawn a little awkwardly, barrier 10, so he's going to need a little bit of luck from there, but he's a horse that likes to find his feet anyway, so it's not the end of the world, but we just need the pace to suit, as always.
He's a 1650 metre winner, but he has run some very good races over 18. Did the trips come sort of alike to him, really?
Oh, look, I don't think it's. I think it's more the way the race is run than the distance, to be fair. And look, he comes into the race. He's got a nice, a nice rating for a race like this, and he looks well placed once again.
Yeah, talking of being placed, he's placed off much higher marks in the past, of course. Winning Steps was a horse that won the race last time. You're certainly better off at the weights with him. I know you didn't ride him last time, but certainly worth a crack at him to try and turn that form around.
Yeah, well, again, I think. There's a few horses in the race that are racing well. Illuminous is another one. He's been consistent. So, look, it's a pretty even affair. So, luck in running's going to play a big part, and hopefully it's on our side.
There he is, Hugh Bowman on Rocket Spade. Nick, we're going to look at Winning Steps' record. He's a funny horse. He just seems to be able to, certainly lately, find a way to get it done. What about going forward into this race this week, though? Yeah,
look, I think he's got a rock-solid chance again, hasn't he, really? I mean, and he does stay further, too. He has one over 2,000 metres, so he gets the trip a bit stronger than some of these. And, look, he beat a good few of them last time out, so he's very much in form. And we see that with Pierre Ong's horses, Paul, don't we? I mean, once they're up and running and they're fit, they do seemingly hold their form.
Yeah, he definitely goes better when there's a lot of pace on, because he got a lot of pace in that last win, and he is at a career high rating. That was just a little concern I had.
Here he is running third, so he's been a busy horse. Sharp and Bright wins this, Paul. Fortune Superstar's been disappointing. He's trialled up well so often, but just can't figure in the finish on race day.
Yeah, he's going to get his opportunity again. He should get himself into a nice enough position. Sharp and Bright, he's another one that's going up in the ratings, but he's been racing well recently. He's just got barrier 11. He might just have to work in the early stages. One thing about the 1,800 metre start at Happy Valley, it's the kindest start at the racecourse. There's a big run to that first bend.
Yeah, and I mean, judged on that footage alone, you'd have to give Sharp and Bright perhaps the vote, because obviously the form has been franked courtesy of Winning Steps.
Absolutely. So that's that replay. Nick, we move on to the next one now. We're going back a while for this one. Samarkand's had a few starts since this, but Comet Splendido resumed with a 6th. He was good enough to win twice at the back end of last campaign and has placed a couple of times second up.
He has, yeah, look, and he's had a little break since that, since this run. He's placed 3 from 6 over the course and distance, so the trip shouldn't be any issue to him, even though all his wins have been over 150 metres shy of this trip. But yeah, look, he's an interesting runner for sure, and look, Samarkand, he knows his way around here, goes well for Jerry.
Yeah, and he should be able to lead. He looks like there's no real leaders in the race. One thing with Comet Splendido is he has won off a higher rating in the past, so he's capable.
OK, and Samarkand, Paul, that incident with Helene Warrior skittled him around the turn last time. He's been back to the trials. He runs third in this trial, just pushed out a little bit late, but a kind draw of barrier 3. Yeah,
so he should be in sort of in front or trail, be out of harm's way. He won 4 races last season and sort of went up the ratings quite a bit. So that was just a concern for me. Another one who's at a career high.
25% that strike rate last season, obviously from 12 runs, and Jerry's got a good record on him as well, 3 from 9. So, look, on his best form, you'd have to give him some sort of chance for sure, because he's a handy type of horse, draws well and has trialled well.
A member of the David Hayes stable is that horse. Let's just talk about, because we saw Chain of Gold in that replay with Hugh, Paul. He just seems to find one to beat him more often than not, but he's still very consistent.
He is. Look, he's just a one-time winner. That was off a 61 rating. Now, because he's quite consistent, he's now up to 71 in the rating. So he keeps going up the ratings without winnings. Last start he ran second off 69. So now can he win off 71? That's the question. I've got to put him in on the minor line because of the consistency. But I just don't like these horses that keep flicking up without winning.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And I mean, look, Gate 12's not an ideal place to be, but as Paul alluded to earlier on, it's a decent enough start, and they've got a good run, haven't they, down the straight? So you've got the right man on board in Zach Purton, so I'm sure he'll have worked it out by the time the gates open.
You get a good idea of that run from the top of the straight, because there it is behind the boys in the background there from the 1800 start point. Illuminous too, Nick. Just his second look around the valley. Not too much wrong with his first go. No,
didn't mind it. Interesting enough, having spoke to Hugh there about Rocket Spade, he gave this horse a very honourable mention as well. And there's not much of him. He's not super big, but he's drawn well. James McDonald's on Paul, and second go around here, he should be wiser for it.
He won on debut. He's another one that seems to be creeping up the ratings without winning, because he won off 65. He's now off this rating of 71, and he's run second off this rating before. So he's capable, but again, he's another one that sneaks up without winning.
All right, we've broken it down, and you're going to go with one that's coming sort of down in the ratings a little bit for a better draw, though.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the opposite way to those ones, and that's California Voce. He was in that Sharp and Bright replay that we saw, and he did finish off nicely enough. Has run fourth over the course and distance, so he's on top. California Voce at a price, and make him the long shot there with Rocket Spade. Again, he's only a one-time winner, but did arrive on a rating of 82, and he's down to 66. Then Chain of Gold and Winning Steps, the ones that have gone the other way, up the ratings. 1748.
Yeah, don't mind a well-handicapped horse, me, and Rocket Spade I think could be the one in this, in fairness. He's got form off much higher marks in the past, and Hugh Bowman will ride for Casper Fans. He's in fact the only man to have won on the horse, so that's got to be a positive. Winning Steps goes in, he's thoroughly consistent. So too Chain of Gold, as mentioned, and Illuminous in for fourth there. I think he can run well. Second go around, Happy Valley, 7-8-4-5 for me.
And that is the preview for the last race at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. A reminder, all of the races, they're previewed on the website with Paul's selections at 8kjc.com. Click on audio and video for race-by-race analysis. There's everything you want there on the website apart from that, and all of the information too. Let into HKIR, which is not too far away. Wednesday night IJC and a week on Sunday. It is the big day with the 4 Group 1s for the Turf World Championships. Few races to go before we get to the Vars on that Sunday, Paul, including your best bet.
You're going to make a horse. He's only had the one start here in Hong Kong, and that was a horse called Fatal Blow, and he came out of quite a strong form race here. You can see him highlighted there. He's a little bit wide. He's drawn nicely in 7. He drew 8 in this, so a similar draw. And look, I think he's going to come on a lot. He seems to have improved in his track work since this run. Circuit Duffy, who finished in behind him there, has come out and won since, so the form looks quite good coming out of the race. And Team Happy's been very consistent, as California Deeply. So a nice run from him on debut. And we'll do the value in the race we just previewed. Race 9, number 1, California Voce. Should be a double-figure price. And what I think is a real open race to finish the card. And the play. Now, the play we're going to do in that race just previous, another one we've already looked at here with Horsepower, All Greek to Me, and Eternal Fortune. A little QQP there in race 8.
Yes, good luck with that one there, Paul. Best bet for me comes up in the Ben Nevis handicap. It's race 4, Charity Gain for the informed David Eustace. Vincent Ho will be on board. Here's his run last time out. Look, he ran at Sha Tin and he ran really well. He has obviously run here and he's won here, so he doesn't mind the track. He's going up in trip as well. He's actually bred for speed, really, but there is a bit of stamina in the pedigree, so he's stepping up to 2,200 metres. He looks as if he's the type that just does all of his best work late, and as you can see there, he's keeping on strongly, hitting the line well, so don't mind him here up in trip this time around. The value at race 2, number 6, Ace Talent, with young Ellis Wong on board there. If he can overcome his draw, he's a chance in that weakish race there. And the play, race 5, 4, 5, 11, Glory Cloud, Fatal Blow, and Gimme 5.
New Power has the blinkers going on. He comes out of that strong race behind Spicy Gold, Storming Dragon and Beauty Destiny have both come out of that race and won since. Trialled up well with the blinkers on, so we'll make him the best. The value, race 7, number 10, Glory B. He does get back, but on the C+3 drawn barrier number 2 is a plus and has been trialling well all season. Matthew Chadwick on board. Him for Douglas White and the play. Beauty Destiny has found form. Colonel comes back to Happy Valley. He's won his last 2 course and distance. And Glory B's going to get a perfect trip. 1, 3, 10 in a QQP for race number 7. Time to rip out the diary and see what is upcoming, including a big Wednesday week, of course, with the IJC. Sunday, there's a lot of all-weather racing just to protect the turf track as much as possible for HKIR on the 8th. But the big day there on the 4th of December, Nick, and the jockey allocations all important on Monday.
Yeah, absolutely, they will be. And obviously, you know, luck of the draw is a key component of this competition. So yeah, they'll be hoping for good draws and good horses, that's for sure.
Yeah, so they will be keeping a close eye on that, I'm sure, on Monday. Just touching quickly on what you're saying about the races coming up on the weekend. Yeah, there's 6 races on the all-weather. There's a straight 1,000 race. There's a couple of 1,400s and a 12, or 1,400 and a couple of 12. So they really protect the track really well there, leading into next week's big meeting.
And a C+3 on the turf too.
Correct.
As it is at Happy Valley, so the turf being protected as much as possible. Big thanks to the boys, Nick and Paul, for steering us through this episode of Racing to Win. Big thanks to you too, and we'll see you at Happy Valley for a 9-race program on Wednesday night.